Society of Amaranthine Educators of Happy Valley Business School presents Talks on Business Essentials. We talk what we know what we talk. Knowledge is cumulative, let us acquire.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Shanmugapriya from Happy Valley Business School. I welcome all for the digital series presented by Happy Valley Business School. A world crisis of unimaginable proportion has emerged with the eruption of COVID-19 pandemic. This crisis differentiated itself from several other global crises in terms of cause as well as impact. As an individual, you agree with me that this pandemic has an impact on health, income, spending, savings, job security and so on. But should we worry about the pandemic COVID-19 impact on the economy? Obviously, yes. There's a funny saying, if China sneezes, the world catches a cold. Evidently, the cold proves. For example, if we examine the import status of our country, 14% of India's import are from China. The slide shows the sector using the input from China. 68% of API, active pharma ingredients, are imported from China. 40% of electrical equipment, solar cells, modules which use sunlight to generate electricity are imported from China. 45% of consumer durables are from China. Automobile, which accounts for 7.5% of India's GDP, is dependable around 30% for its component from China. Are we only importing from China? No, we do exports to China. The slide shows what disruption will happen because of this pandemic. Because of high dependency on China, the local production will suffer and prices of many goods will increase. Taking vice versa situation, China is also dependable on other nations. Every nation is interdependable and it is possible because globally all the countries are integrated. This integration is possible because of globalization. In simple words, the growing interdependable of countries resulting from increasing integration of trade, finance and ideas in global market is called globalization. Globalization has led to international trade. Any firm which engages in international trade is in international business. International business has become a massive part of our day-to-day lives. For example, if we go to a retail outlet and enjoy Snickers chocolate, which is manufactured by Mars Incorporation, has an ingredient of sugar, chocolate, importantly peanut and egg whites. The sugar comes from Brazil. The South America manufactures chocolate part of Snickers. The imported ingredient peanut comes from Argentina. The Asia Pulp and Paper Company located in Canada produces the wafer for Snickers. All the ingredients are shipped to New Jersey where it is mixed and packed and it is distributed all around the world. The Snickers bar today you are enjoying you got it from several other countries. If we take another example, where the components of iPhone comes from. The slide shows the countries China, Japan, Korea, Taiwan and California. Just think for a while the impact of pandemic on Apple's device production and device sales. Today we are living in a globalized world. We are looking at the benefits of globalization. It promotes global economic growth. It has created jobs. It made the companies more competitive. There are low prices for consumers and their consumers are given best product at the doorstep and there are investment from other countries. But the common complaint against globalization is it affects domestic players. Biggest problem for developed countries is the job loss as the production is moved to low-cost countries. MNCs are accused for social injustice, unfair working condition, lack of concern for environment, etc. As global managers, one should scan the environmental before taking decision, especially in the international business. There is no doubt that globalization has given a number of advantages to all the global business people. But evaluating the negative effects of globalization, certain countries have decided to protect their economies from this impact. This concept is called as protectionism. Let me explain you with an example. In early 1990s, vast majority of flat panel displays used in US manufactured laptops were imported primarily from Japan. The US flat panel industry has filed a dumping complaint arguing that Japanese firms are selling their displays less than the fair value, which made the US domestic firms very difficult to compete. In order to protect the domestic players, the government has taken a measure called protectionism, meaning it is a government measure that restricts the volume of import by various means. The various means the government measures has taken are tariffs, quotas and other restrictions. But certainly there is a disadvantage of this protectionism. What it is? Free trade is inhibited. At this moment, a question will arise in your mind. Which all countries have adopted protectionism? USA has implemented this measure by naming it as America First. Under this policy, the president has slashed certain trade agreement. In India, it is raised as vocal for local in order to protect our domestic industry. In this globalized world where I'm driving a car where steel is sourced from China, styling is done in Italy, manufacturing is done in Germany, and from the components from Taiwan, you agree with me that there is undeniable value chain which operates globally. Do you think protectionism will help the economies in a long run? Provoke your thoughts and find an answer. Thank you.